Good evening, everyone. Meloa here. We are in Middle Earth, and we're going to be starting on a new chapter, I believe. This is going to be the interlude that we're going to work on. No, wait. We gotta talk to Gandalf here to kick things off.
But the cost of this victory was high.
Just getting set up here so we can have a good session. Those who survive the battle will need words of healing and of support now, Meloa. You must give them what you are able, for they will look to you for guidance, Shigani, Umbari, and Gondorian alike. Talk to Bellandor.
I have made Sirgon as comfortable as I can, but there is nothing else that can be done.
His final moments approach.
This is important.
Zirgon winces with the effort of speaking, but he refuses to be silent. My wife and my children. Tell them I love them. Tell them, too, that I was a fool to leave, but that at the end I was at peace. And I want you to tell Gwalong that I captained a boat of my own. I set out upon my final voyage, and I look forward to seeing him again on a distant shore. Tell him not that I died like this. Zircon closes his eyes, and it seems he is gone, but with a great effort he opens them one last time. Elasar must not be the foe of the Shagani people. He must not be the third Harman Desil. Will you help him live up to... Zircon parks upon his final voyage and speaks no more.
This triumph is bittersweet. I am sorry for the losses you have suffered.
I too weep for lost friends. Dear Shurdosha, with whom I joined the ranks of the Demuri only a few years ago, perished during the battle. She would not wish me to dwell upon it, and as a trained warrior, I know to do so is weakness. But her loss cuts deeply. I know this battle had to be fought eventually, Meloa, and if it was not waged in Urashtar, it would one day have to be fought in Umberul, perhaps within Iridir itself. Shurdusha would not have wanted that, and neither would I.
The stories of our past glories and our mighty heroes spread from fighter to fighter during the battle,
Inspiring each of my warriors to attain ever greater heights of skill and ferocity. In days to come, the tale of Sabut Damar, the Red Rush battle, will join those revered accounts. When Rahasi came to Iridir with your need, I considered sending only a small number of Demuri in my stead. I'm glad now I did not, for the battle was glorious, and I would weep to miss it. Let the Urdagai tremble before our demonstrated might against foes older and more terrible than they, and know that the Ambaruli, they are nothing.
My hunger for battle is sated. For now.
My Kopesh are in need of sharpening once again, and is that not the mark of a successful journey? I enjoyed fighting alongside Tethita, but she seems to have disappeared again. In the brief time that I have known her, she has never enjoyed large gatherings, unless those large gatherings involve a great number of combatants. if you can understand the leonine language of Hershuk as I can, but I will tell you that he now likes you very much. There is nothing like a shared victory to knit bonds of friendship, is there? Go ahead and give him a pat, Maloa. You and he have both earned it. Come here, Hershuk. Hershuk rumbles at you appreciatively.
I heard something very interesting.
I heard that not only is the son of Bellicor alive, but he was seen fighting on the edge of the battle. I wonder, how could this be true when you assured me that Bellicad was dead? Instead of answering the question, you pose one of your own, asking what Koltek knows about the disappearance of the water-bearer Saduk from Galburu. The dwarf eyes you appraisingly. I must apologize, Maloa, for I underestimated you. It will not happen again. But know this, there are none in this land better than I at spycraft. It was not always so, but it is now. Bear that in mind should you think to oppose my interests. He always has veiled threats whenever I'm talking to him. Hail, Corridan.
We have known each other for less than a year, but it seems I have been indebted to you countless times.
You have my thanks once again, Maloa, and those of my sister. You did not have to follow me into the darkness of Utukbur, risking entombment with our terrible foes, but you came with me anyway. Corridan grasped your forearm tightly. I will never forget that, my friend. He releases your arm and your gaze. If you did not know better, you would think his expression might be one of embarrassment. It passes quickly, as he is once again his usual practical self. Could we have sealed the entrance to Utukbur without making use of Nargak, Maloa? Now it matters not, for the deed is done. The collapse required very little of the hungry fire, and much of that substance remains in the hidden stockpile deep within Ashagir. We must set a guard upon it night and day, to ensure that none think to use it for their own purpose. You know of whom I speak, but I would not trust the hungry fire in the hands of any who seek it.
I was in darkness, even before I passed the threshold into Utuk-Bur.
As Adagat approached Stelartus with murder in his eye, I was overcome by a rage I have never felt before, and never will again. I pursued him into the temple, but I saw nothing of my surroundings. The steps were a red haze. The fog that surrounded me pulsed in time with the pounding of my blood. I would slay him, and I would die with him, and Stelartus would be avenged. Sigilith stares at you with haunted eyes. What did Stelartus say happens to a Kinta that is slain in battle? They become wandering, restless spirits, wrathful and hostile, she said. For that to be her fate filled me with tremendous anger and sorrow, and still does. No amount of death and vengeance can repay Azagath or his masters for the cruel, endless unlife they have forced upon Stelartus. Back in Umbar I spoke to Noriel of the Green Hills about the futility of vengeance, and I meant it. Was that not the lesson of Cruel Dancer? I thought I had learned that lesson well, but it was not until I heard your voice in the darkness of Utukbur that I truly learned what it means to rise above the cycle of death. For Stelartus I gave it up. If she is to wander, I too will wander. If she is to be restless, I will try to give her rest. And if she is wrathful, I will seek to give her peace. Balkutir has done its work. I will leave it to Utukbur in memory of Stelartus and of Cruel Dancer and of Sigilith.
For now the Tharduth are defeated, but we must not lower our guard.
I must learn more about these servants of Morgoth if we are to counter them, and I must learn it quickly. The dominion of Zikar passed beyond living memory, but record of its terrible rule in that distant age may remain hidden elsewhere in Shagana. I will seek for this lost history, and if it is to be found anywhere, I will find it. It seems I am to be in Kanush again. It has been many years since that name was used of me, Maloa. But first I should speak with the rulers of Umbar. I understand one of their number remained behind in the city. The Lady Harmelech, you say? Go there, and tell her a wizard has advice and guidance to share, if she has the wisdom to heed it. Okay. Let's go to Umbar. North Gate.
Fair winds to you!
Harmelech watches as you approach her dais.
I understand you faced a great evil on behalf of the kindred of the coins. For that you have my thanks, and those of all Umbari.
I look forward to a more detailed account of your adventure. Ask anything of the kindred, and it will be yours, if it is in our power to grant. You tell Harmelech that without Belendror's arrival at Utupur with his contingent of Umbari soldiers, the battle might have been lost. All you ask is the continued aid and support of Umbar Barabel against the servants of Morgoth that now threaten Middle-earth. My city will be honored to assist in this fight, Maloa. Is there aught else? You tell Harmelech that the wizard Inkanush will call upon the kindred sometime in the days ahead, and he will have advice and guidance to provide. The Golden Queen stares at you thoughtfully. I see. Speak to the guard outside the meeting hall of Dar Lajah and tell him to expect this visitor. When the wizard arrives, he is to be allowed before us without delay.
I am sorry. Did you say I am to allow a wizard inside the meeting hall?
Imagine that. A real live wizard? I will of course allow him to pass. Did he give you any indication of when he will arrive, Maloa? A wizard's known to be punctual. You assure Jaith that Inkanush the wizard will arrive whenever he arrives, and not a moment sooner or later. He thanks you, a puzzled expression on his face, and says in that case he will wait for as long as he must. Alright, that concludes the main storyline. Now, there still are some quests in that last zone that I need to go finish up some landscape quests. So let's go take care of those. Each of the towns I just kind of skipped over to get to the epic. So we're gonna go back up here, and this is Nerezik.
Hastal Gur, stranger. What say you, traveler?
You have returned. I trust that means you have completed your task. Thank you, my friend. These lands are still dangerous, but I'm glad to see people such as yourself helping our cause. I ask you to continue to reduce their numbers, should you encounter any more. This blue one, collecting necessities. We still gotta pick up berries, wildflowers. But these are pretty.
Is there something you need?
Scorpion extermination. Question is how do I get up there? I didn't think there's gonna be a way up that way. I think I should have gone south. Let's see if there's a way up here through the gorge. Oh, scorpions. Lots of scorpions. This is definitely going to be the place where you farm scorpions. These are not counting. It says I still have to travel to Dole Rock. Okay. You have discovered Dual Rock. I guess I gotta keep going deeper in. Here's a body. Defeat scorpions inside the cave. Okay. So let's go into the cave. Finally made it to the cave. Oop. Deed bestowed. Scorpion's Bane of Urustar advanced. I wonder how many of those I need. Oh, 100. We may as well do some deeding, do some scorpion hunting while I'm here. Happy New Year, Salmonfire. How are you doing? These are tough. Don't die. Okay, I gotta wait for my Merle to come back up. Was that even worth it? I got 265 silver. That's not bad. What's up this way? Just following my right hand rule. I feel like there's something up here before I go back down. Ah, this is another exit. Wow, there's a lot of... Let's go see if I can get to that corpse there. 77. Almost done with the scorpions. Oh, these respawned. Okay. Now let's see if I can just ride there. Nice. And I got my scorpion deed done. Gonna swap back to questing now.
Is there something you need?
I have completed everything at this camp. Let's go up here to... Where's this one? Shangarash. Let's go there next.
Today is a good day. Greetings, adventurer. What brings you to the falls of Iluritu?
I'm here to recover research from my expedition group that we had to leave behind when we fled from the orcs. We are searching for signs of Enarshan, the Idami, or River Maiden as you may say, who is said to dwell within the Iluritu waterfall. Many men and women have perished seeking her. They are said to be drawn by her song and vanish somewhere within the falls. I wish to finish what research I can while I am here, and I would be very grateful for your help if you can spare the time. Would you travel to the falls to the northwest and see if you can discover any signs of Enershan? I will remain here and scour our notes for anything of use. Discover clues along the river. Faded footprints. Oh, faded footprints. Discover additional clues along the river. Alright. Let's follow the river upstream. Discover additional clues near the falls. Oh wow, wait, let's look up here. Well, that's pretty impressive. So pretty. Clefts of Galharan. You have discovered the falls of iluritu. Lots of turtles up here. And now we gotta go back. Return to Adaki with what you learned. Well, I didn't really learn much. I just saw footprints. Yeah. Come on. This has to be the way up. Lots of fights. There we go. You have to finagle it on the side.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
I'm glad for your return. What were you able to find? You tell Adaki about the large footprints you found along the river and at the base of the waterfall. Ah, it seems you have found true signs of the Idami. Our research was correct. Those footprints you described sound as though they could not belong to any man and lead to the waterfall of Iluritu. That is what the tales speak of, but we could not find a dwelling around the falls. We must take some time to read over our research again with this new information. Please return when you can, and thank you for your help.
Ah, you are here. I believe I have unraveled the clues you discovered.
I have come to believe that the tales which speak of Enarshan and the falls of Iluritu are meant to be read directly. My group and I have searched these falls and the surrounding hills for any dwellings or places where the Idami may be, but we have not done what the stories say, exactly. The stories all say that the Idami dwells within the waterfall. Mayhap by within they are saying that there is a dwelling behind the falls themselves. Your discoveries appear to point to this as well, and we had not chanced to venture there as it was dangerous to climb behind the falls. I ask that you go and search for yourself. It should not be a problem for a hardy adventurer such as you. I believe that you will find Enarshan there, but I beg you to be careful if you do. Okay. Back to the waterfall. Hang on. Hold up a second. There seems to be a path up that way to the waterfalls. Let's go try it. Looks like an orc camp. You have discovered Kuhn's Agas. Let's see. Oh, Virtue Cap Reach. Got to change that real quick. Let's work on the next one. Just loyalty. And that's because I just completed my orc deed. Yeah, they sure are wearing masks, eh? Alright, okay, so, thing to know is that orc camp does not count for this quest, Source of the Song, and it does give you a good vantage point, but probably we need to go down. Don't think there's a way to go further up. Now, let's see if there's a safe route to jump down without breaking my neck and having to run all the way back. There's these little... Okay. Where is the next safe spot? That looks a little precarious. Here's a nice little spot. And then I can jump down over there. Ah! No, I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be so dead. Damn it. Where did it bring me? Oh! All the way down river. That sucks. Okay. Well, that was a misadventure. Well, at least I got a deed location found, and I got my orc deed done, so I can't complain. Now we're just swimming upriver. Investigate the waterfall for an entrance. found the home of the Idani. Okay, that's the cave.
What say you, traveler?
Hunter, you entered my home not by my song, but by your own curiosity. I am Enarshan, Idami of these falls. You were either bold or foolish to have done this, but today luck is with you, for I am in need of assistance.
I see you wish to help, then. Perhaps you're indeed bold instead of foolish.
You undoubtedly have seen these orcs in these lands, these Utugi, these seer ones. I loathe them. I ask for your aid in driving them from my falls. I regret to say that my song holds no power over them, so I cannot get rid my waters of them myself. They have a dwelling nearby, and it has been called many names. The brigands who resided there before the orcs gave it the name of Kun Sagas. You must travel there and learn all that you can. Of course, I recommend you also slay any orcs that crosses your path. Alright, that's the place we did the orc camp right out here. I wonder if she feeds the turtles. That's why there's so many of them. Like stray cats, the stray turtles. She must be a turtle lady. And here's the entrance. Locate supplies and locate weapons. And defeat orcs. No weapons here. Ah, here's weapons. Okay, we found the weapons. I just gotta go back for the supplies. Says I'm out of range again. And it's not like you can go further west. There's no cave or anything to go into. So I must have missed it. Alright. I had to do a little bit of research for this one, but they say there's a slope at 15.7 south. And 60.9 west. Yeah, that's where we came up. Any of you done this one? The hills above where you gotta locate the supplies? I can't seem to figure out where the location mark is for it. Okay. So, the supplies are on the left side, the weapons are on the right side. And now I'm just gonna ride back and not jump down like last time and die. Whee!
Is there something you need?
I see you have returned to my home, and I trust you have been to Kun Sagaz. You tell Enershan that you have found where the orcs store their supplies and keep their weapons, as well as slain any that you had encountered. Good, then you have not betrayed me, Hunter. I will trust you for the time, but remember, these are my waters. I know how we can deal with this plague upon Iluritu. Return to me when you are prepared to do more.
I am in need of some plants for a concoction. It would be a potent weapon against the orcs.
Along the river flowing from these falls, you will find flowers known as sigema and bisgar, a weed. Gather as many as you can for me while I craft the rest. The river's edge has been tainted by the presence of orcs as well, so dispose of any that you see. More flower picking, looks like. Let's leave the tortoises be. Okay, here's the last plant. Now I just need to go find some orcs to kill. got all the orcs. Now we gotta go back to Narshan.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Ah, yes, these will do nicely. Narshan takes the plants from you, and I trust that you disposed of any orcs you saw tainting my waters. Good. We will drive them from these lands. I will finish the concoction shortly. Return to me when you're ready to travel back into Kunzagaz.
Ah, you are here. Good. Everything is now ready.
Narshan hands you the concoction she crafted. Take this concoction and pour it over their supplies within Kunzagaz. I also ask that you take any weapons you can from them. This will give us the advantage we need to drive them away at last. My falls will soon be free with your help. I'm gonna try something daring when I get to the camp. I'm just gonna ride all the way through to the stores in the back and then try to survive. Almost missed the turn. Alright, let's see how far we can get. I'm just gonna stick to the right side. camp out in this corner right here. Okay. Ah, too many. But I've got my revive for free set up, so. Let me eat up a little bit. Maybe if I was a champ, I could have survived that. But my induction times for my bows were just too long. Sadly, they kept interrupting my inductions, so yeah. Alright, we got all the weapons. Let's go contaminate the supplies on the other side. Right, all supplies taken care of. Let's ride back to Enershire.
What say you, traveler?
You are back! Were you able to find success in Kunzagaz? Anarshan smiled slightly as you give her the weapons you took, and confirmed that you used your concoction on the supplies. Wonderful news! I believe we are nearing our goal. You have done well.
I believe with this, our preparations are complete. Wait, what is that sound?
Anarshan pauses for a moment. Do you hear that, Hunter? Anarshan's eyes grow wide with anger. Orcs! There are orcs here! They must have followed you from Kunzagaz. Remove these beasts from my home.
These orcs have followed you and defiled the waters of my home? Bring them a swift end.
Good, prepare yourself. There is not much time to rest. I hear more coming. Their captain seems to be among them. Crush them. You can't hear any more orcs. That was the last of them. Great work, my friend. My home is at peace again.
What say you, traveler?
How dare those foul beasts enter into my home? They deserve the end you gave them. Thank you for your help, though you were the cause of it. We must bring an end to these orcs who dare defile my waters.
It is time to end this and free Iluritu.
With their camp weakened, you can now take the fight directly to their leader, a foul orc named Hastak. Anarshan hands you a horn. Take this horn and use it to challenge Hastak at his tent within Kunzagaz. You will find it in the center of the camp. Even in his weakened state, he will not be able to refuse a direct challenge. Bring an end to this monster and rid them of my waters. Now this time I'm not gonna force my way in. We will just have to fight the way in. I will pull a couple at a time, though. sense to stop every time I come across a castle. Alright. Let's just take it. Just waiting on my heart seeker. And here we go. And done. Back to immersion. Learned my lesson the last time not to break my leg.
Is there something you need?
I heard the horn from here. You must be returning victorious. I regret that I could not protect my falls alone, but I am grateful for what you have done, Hunter. Please take this, and then leave these falls. Ask that you not speak of my presence, as I must remain the myth the people believe me to be. You have my thanks. I wish you well on your adventures. Let's see, what did we get? Incoming healing ring. It's a tank ring. Physical mastery. Not really better than what I already have, so probably just take an outgoing healing ring for one of my alts. Alright. Next, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pop on over to Marush. And I want to find Rafus. Alright, this is where I will be picking up next time. Thank you everyone for watching and hanging out with me, and as always, happy hunting!